A man has been fatally shot during a home invasion in Houston, Texas, while 4 suspects remain at large. The incident occurred at around 6:28 p.m. on the 6th of June 2022, when the authorities responded to reports of shots fired at a home located at 6519 Thornwell Street. The investigators said that 2 men were at the property at the time. One was inside the home, while the other was outdoors working on his car. 4 suspects approached the man outside and forced him inside the house. The second victim, who was already inside the residence, was separated from the first victim and was fatally shot by one of the suspects, while the first victim remained unharmed. The suspects then fled the scene in a charcoal new model Toyota Prius with pink seat covers. The authorities are unsure if anything was stolen from the property. So far, no arrests have been made, and the authorities are appealing to anyone with information to come forward as the investigation into the matter continues. On the 4th of June 2022, 34-year-old Travis Berkeley was arrested and charged with the murder of 6 people who died during a robbery early this year. His victims were identified as 49-year-old Michelle Williams, 44-year-old Donta Williams, 43-year-old Donald Smith, 42-year-old Charles Hardy, 31-year-old Javoni Little, and 23-year-old Caleb Jordan. The deaths came to light at around 3:30 p.m. on the 23rd of January 2022, when the authorities responded to a home located at 2505 21st Street in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for a welfare check after neighbours noticed a foul smell emanating from the property. When deputies entered and searched the premises, they found 3 dead bodies inside the basement, partially covered with a blanket, all suffering single gunshot wounds to their heads. When officers went upstairs, they located 3 more victims who had been fatally shot in the head. The investigators believe the killings happened 3 days earlier. The home appeared to have been ransacked, and multiple shell casings from 2 different guns were found. Detectives were told by an unnamed witness that Travis confessed to killing 6 people with his cousin during a robbery that went wrong. The witness recalled seeing Travis with a gun, cash and drugs, believed to belong to one of the victims. The investigators were able to link Travis to the murders through cell phone records. On the 20th of January, Travis took a photo of himself in the basement of the home where the victims were killed, and he was wearing one of the victims' glasses in the photo. Travis was arrested at a home less than half a mile from the crime scene, although his unnamed cousin has yet to be charged in connection to the crime. Travis is held at the Milwaukee County Jail on a $1 million bond. If convicted, he faces life in prison. On the 3rd of June 2022, 35-year-old Joshua Burgess was sentenced to death in the 2019 murder of his 15-year-old daughter Zaria Burgess. Zaria had lived with her biological mother, but on the 18th of August 2019, she had been staying at her father's house located in the 5100 block of Hampton Meadows Road in Monroe, North Carolina. Joshua subjected her to unspeakable acts, torturing her and lewdly assaulting her for 22 hours before slitting her throat and ending her life. Joshua then walked into the lobby of Union County Sheriff's Office and told them where they could find Zaria's body while turning himself in. In court, when the jury unanimously decided on sentencing Joshua to death, District Attorney Trey Robinson thanked the jury in bringing closure to Zaria's family and friends. He said this truly was an especially heinous, atrocious and cruel killing of an innocent child. The case was emotionally taxing for everyone involved. We continue to grieve and pray for Zaria's mother, he said. 11-year-old Sanai Pugh has died after being struck by a stray bullet. The incident occurred at around 10:15 p.m. on the 4th of June 2022, located at her home in the 20,200 block of Goulburn Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Sanai was having a sleepover at her grandmother's house, where 2 adults and 5 children were inside the home at the time. It's reported that a stray bullet was fired at the rear of the property and entered the house and struck Sanai in the back as she lay alongside other kids in the home. Sanai's grandmother, LaWanda Mountain, said she tried everything she could to save Sanaya, but by the time the first responders arrived, it was too late. Sanaya was a very beautiful, intelligent, and very talented little girl, she said. My children and grandchildren are scarred. They're totally scarred from all of this because they had to see this and experience this, something I wouldn't want my worst enemy to experience. The authorities said that a minor and an adult are in custody. Detroit Police Chief James White blamed the crime on irresponsible gun ownership and irresponsible use of a weapon. He also said that the shots were fired at the back of the home. Sanaya was a gymnast, a cheerleader at middle school, and a TikToker, and would have turned 12 at the end of this month.